Hey everybody, hope you're having an amazing and blessed day. Hope everything's going well for you. I just want to jump right in here on part two of why religion is so destructive. And just to recap real quick, this is kind of like a subsection of my main point, and you can see those videos. But I believe that people care more about being right and their belief system rather than whether it works or whether it brings life. And I think if we could just focus on bringing life and doing things that work, it would revolutionize the world, and peace and prosperity and all kinds of good things would happen if we just focused on those two subjects. And really the why is religion so destructive is because my last video is because every religion, every ideology, every doctrine, every theology all have the same story over and over again. And that story is first, somebody has an experience, and that experience changes their life. And that could be fictional in some situations, but usually it's because they actually had an experience and it changed their life. And then they share it with other people, they have an experience, and then at some point somebody needs to define that experience. And usually it gets defined when it has a name. And then something changes. Instead of someone saying, "This is the way I'm doing it," then something changes and it says, "This is the only way to do it. You have to do it this way." And so it goes from a get to a you should to a you have to. And then whatever the doctrine is, whatever the belief system is, whatever the ideology, race, belief, it all is the same. And it's this our way is the only way, and you have to do it our way. And here's the problem with that, and this is why it's so destructive. When you make people by force do something, there's only three really reactions that people can have. And I'm still working this through. It's kind of new to me, but I'm really working this through. But there's only three reactions when you say you have to do it this way, and you will use force to make it happen. Then this is the only three reactions. And the first reaction is rebellion. Rebellion. Just up front, in your face, no, I ain't going to do it that way. Rebellion. No, I'm going to fight you, and I'm going to get you. And we're going to just go toe to toe and see who's stronger and more powerful. And so that's rebellion. But there's also secret rebellion, like, okay, yeah, okay, whatever, you're more powerful than me, but I'm just going to go sneak away and do whatever I want. And that's pretty big because I think in our country, in our belief system, we think if we make a law, this happens all the time, it's that we argue laws as if they're going to fix the problem. We're going to make this law and then it's going to fix the problem. And that's absolutely ridiculous because once you make a law, now you have to enforce it. And the degree that somebody can sneak and do it is the degree that you need to overcome that and be intrusive in whatever it is those people are doing in their life. And so that becomes extremely intrusive to some degree. It's like drugs. We made drugs illegal. You can't do drugs, they're going to ruin your life. And so now but then people are still doing drugs. And then we have to come up with all these scenarios and all these ways of infiltrating these groups doing drugs to stop them. And so basically we say drugs will ruin your life, so we make it illegal. And then we have to stop people from doing them by ruining their life. We're going to put you in jail. We're going to make you a felon. You're not going to be able to get a job. You have no economic strategy after that. And so now your life is ruined. And then you just go back to the drug life. And then we're surprised. But that's it, because rebellion is extremely destructive. One, because of the force necessary to get people to comply, which could end in death, fact. But also we will do things that we know are detrimental to ourselves just because someone said we have to do it a certain way. And that's really the destructiveness on it. So, and then second is fear. Fear. The only other reaction, well, the second reaction is fear. And fear is extremely destructive because what that does in the human body, you don't make good decisions when you're in fear. And it could be fear from whoever is the authority, or it could be fear from the deity, God's going to get you if you do this. And then you just live in fear, and nobody lives a prosperous, blessed life when they're living in fear. I can go into, we all know that fear is bad. And then, and I don't have time to go into that, but that's the reaction. And then, because fear either makes you hide or cower or run, and so there's all kinds of destructive ways fear brings death into our life. Then the third and the most destructive is self-righteousness. Now, I don't have this all kind of perfect, but self-righteousness, when you agree with the law, when you like the law, when you think it is the right way, and you're like, yeah, I agree with that, then that brings self-righteousness. And this is huge because anytime you feel you're right, makes you feel superior. And when you are superior, you can justify doing anything. And that's why religion is so destructive. And people who have a religion, they have an ideology, they have a belief system, and it says that they are right, therefore they are superior to anybody who doesn't agree with them, who doesn't follow the plan, who doesn't do it the way they like to do it. And that is self-righteousness. And that is it's like the other side. One side's rebellion, the other side's self-righteous, and they're just killing each other and destroying each other. And here's the thing, and people are going to take this and be like, oh, Brian, well, then that means we have no morals and we can do whatever we want. Nah. That means, well, here's the thing. We have to realize that most people do whatever they want anyway. That's just a fact. Murder has been illegal forever. People still do it. Just saying. Here's the thing. If we focus on what brings life and what works, that actually gives us stuff. See, that's the thing. We think our way is the right way. Our religion is the right way because it changed our life. And so then we need to impose it on other people so they can get right, do right, and be right. Whatever it is. But here's the reality. We don't want to have to force people to do what's right. We want them to want to do what's right. That's the key. And people will want to do what's right if it works and if it brings life. Because here's the thing. If somebody murders me or steals from me or destroys my stuff, I get fairly offended by that. And if you do that to my family, very offended. If you kill somebody, everybody is offended by the fact when somebody does evil to them. So therefore, the morality is because it hurts otherwise. So we can justify it, we can argue it, we can say this way's right, that way's right. But if we ask, does it bring life and does it actually work? The answer is there. The reality is there. I don't have to force it because that's what people want. If it works and it brings life and that's what people want, then it's not like we have to fight about it. Now, there is people that want to bring death and destruction, and then it's obvious for everybody else that that's not good. And so we can create laws to deal with that. But the thing is about a law can only punish. So therefore, there is time for that. But the bigger picture, the bigger want, the bigger ask is not do what I say because I say it. Do what I say because you want to do it. And that is way better. And if it brings life, then that's all we need.